And today is Tuesday, May 8th, 2018. We are here today to discuss docket 0623. It is a home rule petition for a special law regarding an act directing the City of Boston Police Department to waive the maximum age requirement for police officers for Hugh Trong Ngo. No. Hugh Trong Ngo. This matter was sponsored by City Councilor Frank Baker, referred to the committee on April 25th, 2018. For background reference, under the current law, the maximum age for police officers for original appointment is 40 years of age as of the date of the entrance exam. The maximum age requirement has been adjusted several times in the past, most recently in 2007, and Mr. Hugh Ngo is required to meet all qualifications in order to become a police officer, including passing the exam, physical capabilities, and successful completion of the academy. There is precedent for the Boston City Council to consider a waiver. On December of 2013, home rule petition was passed by the Boston City Council in a similar matter. And on a housekeeping note, I want to remind everyone that this is a public hearing being recorded and will be broadcast on Comcast 8, RCN 82, Verizon 1964, and online. At this time, I turn it over to the lead sponsor, City Councilor Frank Baker, for opening comments. And for the record, we're also joined by my colleagues, City Council President Andrea Campbell, City Councilor Ed Frank Baker, in order of how they arrived, City Councilor Frank Baker, City Councilor Kim Janey, and City Councilor Ed Flynn. So without further ado, lead sponsor, Councilor Baker.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So this is a tool that we've used in the past. You had mentioned that, but I just wanted to talk about Huey a little bit. He was a resident of Fields Corner neighborhood of Dorchester, and his district city councilor is here. Thank you for coming. He was a Boston public school grad. He's a bachelor's degree from Wentworth Institute of Technology with a degree in engineering and a master's in criminal justice from Boston University. He's currently attending Boston University on concentrating on cybercrime. He's 41 years old. Previously in the Boston Police Academy this past fall in 2017. He is currently a City of Boston employee working as a mechanical inspector for the Inspectional Services Department for the last 7 years. And Huey needs an age waiver so he can re-enroll in hopefully the next academy class to become a Boston police officer. Huey's of Vietnamese descent, which we all know Boston Police does need more Vietnamese-speaking police officers. So with that, I turn it back over to you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. We've also been joined by City Councilor Matt O'Malley. So, Mr. Ngo, so let me just, for my edification, so you took the exam and passed it.
Yes, sir.
All right. You went through the recruit investigation process.
Yes, sir.
You underwent the physical fitness piece of it.
Yes, sir.
You also passed the drug test.
Yes, sir.
And you passed the psychological background.
Yes, sir.
Good. And then you were admitted into the academy.
Yes, sir.
And you were in the academy for a period of time?
For almost 5 weeks.
5 weeks. Yeah. And then through no fault of your own, you had some family reasons, and then you withdrew in hopes to be able to rejoin at a later date.
Yes, sir.
Gotcha. Any questions of my colleagues at this time of Mr. Ngo? Councilor Campbell? Chair recognizes City Council President Andrea Campbell.
Thank you, Councilor Flaherty, and thank you, Councilor Baker, for bringing this forward. Just as a district councilor, I know Hugh and have since joining the council and can speak to, I think, his character as represented already by Councilor Baker, hardworking, obviously a dedicated city employee. I think one of the things that I wanted to stress, which Councilor Baker did, is the need for more officers of color, particularly when it comes to officers who are Asian and speak another language, and obviously Hugh is Vietnamese. There's a dire need, and I use the word dire, to be able to interact with our communities, and particularly in District 4, Fields Corner has a large Vietnamese population. He has family that lives there. He's from the community, and I just wanted to say that on the record. So thank you for being here today, and thank you, Councilor Baker.
Thank you, Councilor.
Thank you, Councilor Campbell. My colleagues, any other questions at this time of Mr. Ngo? Chair recognizes City Councilor Ed Flynn.
Thank you, Councilor Flaherty, and I just wanted to follow up on Councilor Campbell and Councilor Baker's comments. I also know Huey. He's a man of integrity. He's worked hard his whole life. He has an exceptional background, education, and work experience, and that's exactly the type of person we need on the Boston Police. You've worked hard your whole life. You speak another language. You'd be a huge asset to the Boston Police and also to the community, interacting with the Vietnamese community. There's a great need for that, and the Boston Police would be better off with you as a police officer. So we just want to say, I want to say thank you for your hard work for so many years in this city as well, Hugh.
Thank you, Councilor Flynn. Thank you.
Any other questions of my colleagues at this time? Chair recognizes City Councilor Matt O'Malley.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I apologize. I came in late, so I missed a little bit. But if you don't mind my asking, sir, how old are you now?
I'm 41 years old, sir.
41 years old, and 40 is the deadline. And you were in the last class of, or what year were you? In the academy?
September 2017, sir.
Okay, so a year and a half or so ago.
Yeah.
And if I'm sorry, and you left the academy because of family reasons.
Unfortunately, I have to do the withdrawal because of family reasons, sir.
Okay. All right. And so for this, then, through the chair, perhaps to the maker, this is a home rule petition, so this will have to be passed by the council, signed into law by the mayor, and then go through the state legislature and the governor to be signed into law? Yes. Okay. And how often have we done one of these? Do you know, or Mr. Chair, in your time here?
Yes, in the opening, we learned that, let me see, the last one was December of 2013. It was a home rule petition that was passed by the Boston City Council on a very similar matter. And also, there was a matter back in 2007. As you recall, the maximum age requirement was adjusted several times in the past, and most recently it was in 2007. I was serving on the council at the time, and there was a period of time where there was, right around that time, there was several that were buttressing the age requirement piece of it, so.
And did those two HRPs pass into law?
The one December of 2013 did, and I believe there was an extension at one point back when they did the one in 2007 to kind of almost like grandfather folks in because they had changed the age sort of kind of in the middle of the
And did that
process.
individual in 2013, so Councilor Baker and I were here, I vaguely recall it. Do you know if that individual got onto the force?
Can I answer that?
Yes, I was not here at the time, but Councilor Baker.
He's on, well, he just graduated from this class.
Okay, terrific. And again, just so folks that may be watching this won't guarantee a job. This would just guarantee the process, everything would go through.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
And then Hugh, so obviously when you withdrew and there was no outstanding disciplinary matters
It's
pending. You were in good standing.
non-disciplinary reason,
Okay.
Councilor. Yeah.
Very good. So you were a member in good standing. You were in the academy. You had passed all the tests. You took the exam. You passed the exam. You took the physical. You passed the physical. You took the drug test. You passed the drug test. Took the psychological test. You passed the psychological test. You were in the academy. You were processing
I
as
was
a
all
recruit.
clear
as
with
a
all the
cadet. Gotcha.
requirements.
Very good.
Yeah.
Understand. No further questions from the chair, any of my colleagues at this time? Very good. So appreciate your time and attention. As the chair will probably put together a committee report and/or matters recently heard to have it before the council as soon as possible. Wish you the best of luck and wish you, your family in particular, whatever your outstanding family issues are, that you make sure that hopefully things are going well for you. And if you're fortunate to kind of get back into the mix, we clearly would welcome an opportunity to have a Vietnamese officer on the streets patrolling and protecting our neighborhoods. So best of luck to you and your family, and we'll get back to you in short order.
Thank you very much, Councilor.
With respect to docket number 0623, home rule petition for a special law, an act directing the City of Boston Police Department to waive the maximum age requirement for the police officer for Hugh Trong Ngo. The Committee on Government Operations is adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.